What's going on, my Cardano friends? It's your friend Jack here, and welcome back to the 12th ever episode of Cardano Daily. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be not looking at the price. The price right now is at 136. We did see an all-time low of 129 in the past 24 hours, but we're going to be looking at a major partnership, and I want to outline the World Mobile Partnership with Input Output Hong Kong or Input Output Global, whatever you want to go with. But we're going to outline that partnership and why I think it's so important, and it's going to be changing lives in the future, and it kind of already is. But also we're going to be talking about early adoption and some GitHub development stats. But let's dive right into this first section of the video, which is World Mobile and their partnership. Now, recently there has been a little bit of an interview here. I did watch this in full of World Mobile and Input Output Hong Kong. Basically, Charles Hoskinson, Mickey Watkins, and John O'Connor all on a call together and kind of talking about World Mobile and Input Output Hong Kong and how they can merge together and what they're trying to do. And essentially, they're trying to get billions of people who aren't online. And World Mobile is aiming to connect the unconnected in partnership with Input Output Hong Kong. They're going to be helping achieve this goal of essentially bringing the internet and internet access, reliable internet access, not just unshaky internet access and banking services, to the unbanked and people who don't have internet access, people who aren't online, to those 4 billion plus people who need that. This is what World Mobile is trying to do, and that's why I think this partnership is just, it's going to change people's lives, because having access to those tools allows people to contribute in their community, contribute elsewhere, contribute wherever they want, and also receive knowledge. And there's just so many things that this partnership can do in my mind. And I'm sure you can imagine how much effect having internet access and banking services would have on a country, or even a small part of a country that doesn't have it prior. So I think you can imagine how big that's going to be. And World Mobile is essentially a internet service provider, but imagine that it's going with the blockchain side of things, and anyone can participate to making it a better or more powerful system. So they're a telecom provider like many others that provide internet access and things like that, but anyone can participate. It's kind of like the permissionless side of things, where someone can come in here and add to the network. And obviously they're going to be kind of compensated for this, but it's more or less so they can't be taken down by the big monopolies in play or affected too much by those big monopolies. It's a way they can get around that. And I might be doing a terrible job at explaining this, which is why I highly recommend you watch this video. I'll leave it linked down in the description. But World Mobile, to me, is one of the biggest partnerships for Cardano. And it's not only going to boost the price of Cardano just because so many more people coming onto the network, so much more value basically accrued on the network, but also just because I really want to see the people in the unbanked parts of the world and the people who aren't online be online and have access to the services that me and you watching this video do have right now. Now, another really good resource here, which is going live in 7 minutes, is the World Mobile Token launch. And this is a Cardano Live podcast talking with the advisor to World Mobile Token, and a really seasoned stake pool operator and YouTuber and Cardano community member, Rick, talking with him and interviewing him. So check out this video, also linked down in the description. It's a live stream, but the live stream will save the video after. And moving on, we're going to be talking about adoption, crypto adoption and investing, and how we're still early. Now, this is a really good tweet thread, and we're going to go over it in today's video because it's a really good tweet thread. Just real quick, I'm going to close this out so it doesn't autoplay. But Lark Davis, definitely go follow him if you want, good crypto content and very analytical, and also kind of some hopium, you might say. But, I don't think hopium's a bad thing. So let's get right into it. The day-to-day noise can really mess you up as a long-term investor. So here are a few charts / facts that you need to keep the hopium strong and to keep your eye on the prize. Hashtag Bitcoin, hashtag crypto. There are currently 13 Bitcoin ETFs. 13 ETFs in the USA sitting in front of the SEC. Here's what happened to gold when US ETFs were finally approved. It essentially kickstarted a 7-year bull run. Now you're going to see here in this chart, really useful chart, here's the first ETF, and bam, 7 years of just up and up. Okay, so pretty insane. That is a big bull run, and obviously, we're seeing a lot, but don't worry about the right hand side, okay? That's gold, not Bitcoin. Digital gold's coming in hot. Now, Bitcoin slash crypto, much like tech stocks, is totally a new sector of the economy, which is very true. It's still super, super new, and also very comparable to tech stocks as looking at it in volatility. But as a feature of volatility, Amazon stock once crashed 95%. It has also seen many drops to 30 to 60%. When was the right time to sell? Never. And when was the right time to buy? Every single dip. So a huge chart here. Buy here, never sell. Buy here, never sell. Buy on the dip, 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 never sell. And you're going up and up and up and up. So it's a very good comparison to crypto and what many of these top cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, could see as we develop further into the space and we get more people on board. Now, speaking of the internet, which is also related to our internet partnership with World Mobile and Input Output Hong Kong, this chart shows that we are witnessing the fastest rate of adoption of any technology in history. Pretty impressive. And this is a chart from World Mobile, and it's a really good chart. So technology adoption curve, here is where we are right now for total crypto users. And we're not even, we're not at a billion crypto users yet, but at an average growth rate, we are expected to hit 3.7 billion crypto users at an average growth rate, following also compared to internet users by 2030. So 3.7 billion users. And that's also not taking into account that, we could see connections from the internet transferring over to the, left side, which is, Africa and other places of the world that aren't banked. Okay, so these places, and not just banked, but all aren't online. So this connection also can further this chart, in my opinion. I don't know by how much, but I think it could definitely see an even more bullish increase in this chart, with the internet hitting maybe a spike here as well, with a partnership like World Mobile bringing internet to places that don't have internet simply. Now, continuing this tweet thread. Speaking of adoption, well, Bitcoin has been getting a lot of press recently. It is still far from mainstream. 55 out of 100 Americans own stocks, but only 14 out of 100 own crypto. But just 1.3 out of 100 humans on Earth own Bitcoin. And yet humans have 10 billion mobile phones for 7 billion peoples. We're pretty early, okay? So I would say we're still early. I've been saying this for a while. Go ask your family, and if I bet 20 or 30% of them don't know about crypto, and if they don't, you should tell them that you love Cardano or you love Bitcoin. Express your passion for these cryptos, and it's going to help get people aware, get people looking. And if they don't, that's okay, but at least you are trying to get people interested. And you don't have to do that, but it's not a bad idea, and it doesn't hurt, especially if you're passionate about these things. Now, these numbers are weighted to young investors. A recent survey out of the UK showed that 45% of young investors' first ever investment was Bitcoin, okay? Pretty awesome, or crypto in general. And no wonder UK banks don't want them don't be allowed to buy Bitcoin, okay? Banks are facing an extinction crisis, but not all banks are going to resist this crisis. This year, NYDIG has secured 5 partnerships that essentially mean that almost any bank in the USA can offer Bitcoin to clients. With 17 trillion sitting in US deposit accounts, these connections are totally game changing. So that's a lot of money, and that's a lot of money that is just sitting and essentially doing nothing. So people are going to be looking to invest, especially with, everything going on right now. Sitting at home, people are researching and doing more learning, especially with finances when finances are tight, more than ever. So this is going to be a big look forward to what can we put our money in, and Bitcoin being digital gold might be one of those things. Now, publicly traded companies have around 10 trillion in cash reserves globally. Of that, around 6 billion has been invested in a Bitcoin and is a way for companies to get off the sinking ship of fiat. Yes, just 0.06 of publicly traded companies' cash is entered into Bitcoin. So I would say we're still early. There are around 41,000 publicly traded companies globally. Of these, less than 24 have taken positions in Bitcoin, while all hold dirty, dirty fiat. So, but a tiny fraction of institutional and corporate money has even touched crypto. And yet, this story saying 40% of institutional crypto investors intend to buy a lot more, meaning people are looking to enter the space. But long story short is, after this very, very in-depth and thorough tweet thread, which I thoroughly enjoyed, we're still early. And I know that in a downturn, it may not feel like it, but it's true. If you believe that the future of money and value transfer, creation, and storage is digital, then you should be bullish AF on Bitcoin in general and just crypto all in all. So that's a really good tweet thread and almost a way to end off the video. But one last thing on the Cardano side of things, I want to talk about the GitHub development, or just the development this week for Cardano. We got 2,642 commits this week for Cardano, which is, a lot. I believe it is the #1 amount of commits for any of the cryptos, followed by Kusama and Polkadot. But Cardano is taking the lead. There are people developing on it, working on it, and it's quite impressive. So I really like that. And yeah, going for #1, Cardano. But even if Cardano doesn't hit #1, this type of competitiveness, and as I always will believe, is good for the space in general. Further innovation pushes more innovation. So I really like that. And thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Cardano Daily. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss tomorrow's episode. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. Peace out.